Hey guys, this is Buck Foster. Doing my video diary, finishing up my transformation challenge. Got a lot of stuff written down. Uh, I tried to make it in order, but I wouldn't say it's exactly in order, and I'm sure I'm gonna throw in a few extra things. But when I started this process, I didn't think I really had a story. I just saw it and I wanted to do it. Um, But I guess in doing this whole thing, it did kind of unravel my story and try to figure out how to tell my story. Um, I've never really done this. I'm pretty nervous about this, but it's just how it is. I'm not really social. Um, I like to stay home. I like to do my own thing, and yeah. So kind of here goes my story a little bit. Uh, when I saw this, I just kind of wanted to do it. Um, I was pretty unhealthy. I lived off of energy drinks, Monsters, Bangs, Reigns because I was working 7 to 7. I was on nights, so I'd work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. I also live about 100 miles away from work, so I would wake up roughly around 2:30, 3 o'clock to go pick up my kids from school, hang out with my wife and my family till about 5 o'clock. And then 5 o'clock I'd leave to go to work at 7, or be at work and ready to work at 7. Get off work at 7 in the morning, come home about 8:30, have breakfast with my wife, talk with her for a little bit, and then be asleep by 9:30ish. And then wake up around 2:30 and do it again. Uh, at that time, whenever I started this process, I guess I was depressed because I got told I was getting laid off at the beginning of January when this process started. I got told I was being laid off, so I had really bad posture. I was down on myself. I was worried about how this beginning of the year was going to go. I didn't. Just felt like a lot of people around the U.S. that we didn't know how it was going to go, and I was nervous. I was scared, and I had really bad posture. I think that's probably what attributed to how my gut looked. My stomach just looked heavy, and I wasn't pushing it out in the pictures. I really wasn't. I guess that's just how I looked. I don't know. But after that, I tried to change the way I would look out, or I guess I would see my life. Like, I didn't want to be depressed about it. I know that's kind of the initial reaction, but I needed to change how I approach stuff because I can't control life. I can only control how I react. So I decided to focus up and kind of throw myself into this competition. And so that's what I did. I really threw myself into this competition. It gave me time. I guess being laid off gave me time to really be precise on what I ate, how I ate, and when I ate. I was able to really dial in and really focus on things that I had been missing and not putting focus on before. So dieting is I'd never really focused on it before. So I was able to focus on it doing this process. And I feel like I never realized how much abs are made in the kitchen. Everybody says that, but how much it actually affected it. They really are made in the kitchen. So let's see. Into the competition. I also sat down and I guess made some goals for myself for this transformation challenge. Um, so I did the SMART goal, which was specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So my goal was to lose 20 pounds in 2 months. So basically 10 pounds a month. 10 pounds in January, 10 pounds in February. I did it. I was 10 pounds for me, or I guess 20 pounds for me, was a lot. It was very hard work. But I was able to achieve it. I got it. I'm actually really proud of myself for it. Yeah. So I guess specific was to lose my 20 pounds in 2 months. Measurable, so I monitored my weight twice a week. It was Wednesday and Sunday. Those are kind of like the days I would monitor my weight. But I also know like it's not always what the scale says. So yeah, like I guess I always try to look at the not body fat percentage and things like that, or inches. Like you can have goals somewhere else besides the scale, and I realized that. I also try to I guess I worked out a lot. So my measurable was to weigh it twice a week. Achievable, I guess that goal of 20 pounds a week, it also kind of relates to if your goal doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. Yeah, I really believe in that a little. I would say I wouldn't say a big thing, but that's how I approached it. So I wanted to do something hard, but still achievable. Relevant. I wanted it to kind of prepare me to do the CrossFit Open, because I really like the way CrossFit workouts are done. After watching like the CrossFit movies on Netflix and Amazon and things like that, I thought it was a really cool way to work out, and it really did get your heart going and still got your muscles strong. Time relevant, which was this competition ends March 7th, and I had my goal by this time to, or I guess that was my time frame for my goal. I also did like KISS, which is keep it simple, and I said to keep it simple: lose weight, maintain a caloric deficit, and don't overthink it. I think I did as good as I could on that. There were several days where I overthought on how much. Some days I felt like I overate on my little cheat days where I had to have refeed days and things like that, and some days were a little bit harder than others. Just learning how to do that and everything. So I guess some of my things to overcome in this process is that after a few weeks of throwing myself into this process, into my workouts and dieting. So I do have a family. Me and my wife we got married in 2008 when we were 18, and so it's been 12 years? Yeah, 11. Yeah, 13. So after we've been married for a while, my wife did kind of had to change the way I was doing a little bit, because I was working out and focusing up too much on myself during the day. So I would work out for roughly 2 hours 2 to 3 hours during the day when I probably should have been spending my time with my family. And I mean, she's always been somebody to keep me grounded. And I was kind of putting my head in the sky and not really focusing on life, just on this competition. And once she kind of readjusted me that, hey, you still have life, you still have family, you still have kids. It did kind of readjust not my goals, but how I was doing things. And we've learned over the years how to communicate things, and it was really good that she communicated to me what she didn't like about the way I was doing this process. And so it really helped me to focus and change it so I could do both. So I started working out in the morning. So instead of working out from 2 to 4, 2 to 5, I started working out at about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And then getting my kids ready for school, taking them to school, and being with my wife, and doing things that I had to do around the house that I really should have been doing. So yeah, and I guess it would also help me focus up on things that I was missing with my family. Like I was missing my kids and my wife. During the day, I was missing the real time of things, the fun times that we were having. I kept focusing on my diet and working out and things that I had to do the next day, things that I was already done, and I was obsessed with this, and it was good to have my wife to keep me grounded that, hey, there's still life after this competition, and we're it. Like, my family is it. Yeah. So now I kind of changed the way I guess that's another thing, is that I do have a little bit of an obsessive things about competition and stuff. I really try to throw myself into competitions when they're around and stuff, but my wife really does a great job of keeping me grounded, and yeah. But I was able, like, in being laid off, I was able to be as precise and do pretty much give myself the best chance of trying to win this competition. And I guess what's next for me is so I guess, yeah, what's next for me is kind of taking a little bit of time off, because I did pull a muscle in my back this last week, or my low back. And so this whole last week of competition has been kind of rough on me, because I haven't been able to work out the way I wanted to, but it's just kind of how life goes. I have changed and then I also do have hopefully a surgery here in another week or two, because I have Osgood slaughters in my knee, and so whenever I do high volume squats or anything, I would say rowing, actually my knee doesn't like so much, and I usually get a lot of swelling right underneath my Osgood slaughters, and so hopefully I can get that taken out. That'd be nice. But yeah, after the healing up process happens, hopefully find some Olympic lifting competitions. So yeah, that's what I'd really like to do, and start trying to do things like that. I did get a call back from my job saying that they should bring me back April 7th. So that was really good. I'm pretty happy about that. I guess during this whole process, it's kind of helped me change the way I think a little bit. I used to kind of, I wouldn't say be a downer, but I was always like, that's really, I don't know how to say it, but I wasn't always happy about things, but I don't know, I just wasn't happy about it, I guess. But this helped me change the way I reacted to life. I would say, yeah, I guess I would have been a downer. But now I'm happy. Uh, I got to do this, and it helped me change the way I think a little bit. And it's not always, I can say, you can't control what happens in life. You only control how you react to it. And that's, I would say, is my biggest thing, is that now I'm happy, and I get to choose to be happy. And I think that's the biggest thing. Yep. Yeah, I think I went over pretty much everything I needed to. That's pretty much my story. I started out depressed in this whole thing, and because I guess I wouldn't say angry, but yeah, whenever I got told I was laid off, or I was getting laid off, I didn't have a great outlook on life, and now I do. I feel I'm pretty excited for the rest, and I'm happy with my wife. I'm happy with my kids. I'm happy with my life. I'm really glad I get to do what I get to do. And I got healthy in this process, so it was really good. Yeah, I think that's it. I feel like this was a good process to do. It helped me learn a few things about myself, about my family, and I really enjoyed it. There were some ups, there were some downs. I just gotta figure out how to roll with life. And yeah, thanks, guys.